single mom, a man named Kevin with an A. Stay tuned as you watch the most boring season of Love is Blind. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to yet another episode of Clear here. We are going to be covering Love is Blind. I'm so sorry. I'm planning for a trip, so I'm fixing this in between. So you're going to be seeing me back to back on your timeline for the next 24 hours. So please keep your eyes peaked and ready for this. We're going to be reviewing Love is Blind Ohio. Honestly, at this point, it's just blatant. It's just blatant discrimination. You need to come to Florida. We won't buy. We won't. So this is Love is Blind season 10, record-breaking season 10. You know, they started during the pandemic, and we're going to talk about I'm just gonna give you a quick recap. We're gonna be showing in between videos. I'll be talking the whole time, so get used to these tonsils walking. All right, let's go. First things first. OH. Listen, when Nicholas came in and said he tried to do a frat call to him, there's supposed to be OH, hi-yo or something. I was like, I already knew nonsense was afoot. Because anyways, I got the next 2 minutes to summarize this. Okay, so we start coming into the people here. So we have Amber, who is 33, who has a 7-year-old daughter. And me personally, once again, I am aghast. I'm going to say that word. I am aghast at the amount of people who have children and come on this show. I'm not saying you don't deserve love, but you need to be on Love is Parents. Okay? Like, you need to have a different show. It needs to be called Love is Parents or something, because I'm at my wit's end. I couldn't imagine, my niece is 8 years old, and I couldn't imagine introducing her to anybody. Like, I couldn't, that's my niece. That's not even my blood. Like, so with your daughter being 7 years old, like, I don't even know. We're going to walk past that. So we have another person. His name is Victor. He's a professor of public policy, and he's very good looking. All right. Which I'm a little confused by, because I was like, someone who is 6'3", he looks 6'3", because I shin checked him, because as a fellow tall person, I was like, he's very good looking, he's tall, something wrong. Something wrong. Because those are not saying that if you're not saying that only single people are not good looking. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, there's something amiss there. I don't understand, baby. Anyways, we have a divorcee, Jessica, who's 38. She's an ICU nurse. Honestly, I love the fact that divorcees are on here. Parents, no, but divorcees, I get it, because honestly, a lot of us are pressured into getting married very young when our brain's actually working. So you getting a second chance at love. Look at Princess, well, former princess, but Megan Sparkle. Like, come on now. And then we have Brianna. They said, call me breezy. I definitely got flashbacks of when I've had flashbacks when it was like, I'm Sparkle Meg. You know, I did get a little bit of flashback of that. So I got a little bit scared. I was like, please don't be another person. We have Emma. First of all, gorgeous girl. So she was adopted, and she's 27, and she has burn marks throughout, not burn marks, but like skin grafts, because she has, I want to say autoimmune disorder or something, where she had to get a lot of skin grafts. So she has this cool sleeve. It looks like a tattoo to me. But she's on this show too. And then we have Kevan. His name is Kevan. Like Kevan. Like, I'm still recovering from Jeremy from the like y'all need to be stopped. Like, stop spelling things new. That's like if I spelled Claire, Cleur. Oh, that's a French for Claire. That's the French version. Well, I don't know. Either way, y'all need to be stopped. Y'all need to be stopped. I was like, whenever I see somebody and they get spicy with a spelling of a name, I'm always upset, because you need to be stopped. Anyways, so we have Tyler. I thought they were saying Tyler, like, make me say drink water. Like, I thought it was that one, but it's Tyler, like a guy. So, I mean, I've met a couple of Charlies, so that's cute too. But basically, he's asking, hey, what's your favorite movie? And she answers as Tyler didn't do it. Kia answers as, oh, I heard movie so far is Love Jones, basically with Nia Long and the one who's still fine. What is his name? Lorenz Tate. I was like, who's the one who's still fine? Lorenz Tate. And then he also meets Tyler, and she likes to joke. But they're already bringing up the fact, which I love the fact that they're being honest. They're already bringing up the fact that she just not live in the same city as him. So I keep forgetting that Love is Blind is mostly Love is State. Like if you're from any part of the state, you qualify. But my thing is that if Love, like for example, if Love is Blind is stated in Tampa, you living in Miami, doable. It's a 30-minute plane ride. But if you're just like, hey, I actually live in the Panhandle, like no, like I don't know why these people on this show not thinking, but whatever. But she's saying how, excuse me, she's saying how she's saying that like she pretty much became like part of, you know, like a C-suite, or, you know, basically six figures and up, and before the age of 30, and she's willing to leave her job for her husband. I'm just like, no, you won't. I don't gotta watch the rest of this series. No, you a whole lie, because I promise you, someone who has built that quickly, especially a person of color, like with people of color. Let me do a little speech real quick. With people of color, we have to, one, get invited into the building, then get invited into the building, and then we have to get invited into the room, and then at the room be allowed to sit, and then allowed to sit, allowed to eat, and then allowed to sit to actually speak, and actually allowed to speak and be heard and actually make changes. There are 6 levels to it, okay? So I know with her getting this level 6, baby girl, you ain't leaving. I promise you that. Okay, so next one is Ashley and Alex. I have them now as very good looking. Like I don't know much about them. So Alex is a former football, like not football americana, but like football, like soccer. And then Ashley is just good looking. I don't know what she is here for. I'm sorry. Anyways, so Emma meets Mike, and I feel like Mike, like, he's what this experiment is about. He just from episode 1, I fell for him. From episode 1, I'm here. I'm already here. From episode 1, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. However, Mike does want children, and me personally, like, when it comes to men and their adamancy, is that a word? We're gonna say that. Their adamancy for wanting children has always behooved me, because later on in the year, like once the baby starts being, like, I'm not saying the majority, but a good portion, enough for us to complain about, after a good amount of time, they get bored with the child, and unfortunately sometimes get bored with the wife or a girlfriend as well. So the people who actually are saying, hey, I want to have children, I really hope you mean that, because back in the day, I used to be like, oh, I want a pet to play with that has my face or my mom's face or my dad's face on it. I want to actually take care of them. So I'm always weary whenever a guy is adamant, but I don't know. Michael does give me, I'm going to go with my name. Mike does give me good vibes. So I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say yes. And then, so basically I have on here, Emma meets Steven. He literally has the finance bro. Like I told y'all, I've been working in finance and accounting for the last 10, 12 years. And he has the finance bro persona down pat. He's got the voice, he's got the shoes, he's got the whole persona. Like it's really, really bad. And I don't like him off rip. I don't know why. I don't know. And my thing too is just that it's one thing, you know, like we're all professionals at work, but he gives me as in like, this is like his whole thing to me. Like this is his entire thing going on. So he does not give me the vibe that like he does not give me the vibe that he's actually sincere. It gives very performative. It gives, I don't really know, like I don't know how to describe it, but like it just gives very, very performative. It gives very much, there's something so scary about him. But that's pretty much all the summary I have. And of course, you know, just seeing the location of Ohio. Is anybody from Ohio? What's there to do? Because I don't really know. I can see like this is one. I guess I can say in this retrospect that this is one of those cities. I mean, states that this actually needed to happen. I also have on here too. Excuse me. I always sneeze when I film. Here's good luck. I also have on here too. I can say the guys on this season. I can say the guys on this season are of better quality than Colorado, because I don't know what's going on there. But this one, I can definitely say that the quality of men on this season is better. I can say it's much better. I can't sit there and tell you that. I can't prove it yet because we're only on episode 1. I know we could hate these people by episode 5. Stay on my journey with me as I change my hairstyles to indicate what episode we're on. But Yeah, I can definitely say I'm thoroughly impressed. So my review is number one, keep them names up. We all know these people. There's like 30 people being introduced to us at one time. Keep them names up because my critiques for the next 5 minutes is just that I get frustrated because they'll show it real quick and then it'll disappear. I was like, I need for you to keep it up until probably episode 5, until we get to the bottom, like the final couples that they're going to choose for us to dissect their lives, right? I want you to keep the names up. If you're watching this, please keep the names up because I can't memorize all these names. I have my notes here. I wrote them down. I'm still like, that's see on your mother's side, that's mm-hmm. That's you know I'm coming from. I don't want to have to keep doing that. Like I don't want to have to keep doing that. So me personally, like that I need to fix that. I have on here, yeah. So Victor makes a connection with Christine. I actually really like them together. I really like them together. The only thing about they have to do a trauma check because Christine and Victor both were either one or both of their parents weren't in their life. Victor has forgiven, Christine hasn't. And when you have that level of trauma and it's not checked, your partner's going to naturally either make you confront it or avoid it. So I don't want it to be where Victor is not as combative. Victor's not as forthright. I don't like that word. Victor's not as forthright about forgiving because I'm not saying you guys sit there and sing along and, have them braid your hair, but you need to forgive them because I remember walking around with so much like, I'm mad. This person did this to me. How could they? Da-da. You have to forgive them. Even not for them. Be selfish. Forgive it for yourself. Okay. I have on here too with Emma and Steven, just red flag. There's just something about him that feels very performative and it doesn't feel authentic. Like one thing about me, especially y'all been watching me for the last 5-6 years, I've been myself this whole time. Yes, I have updated certain practices, okay, basically because I'm getting older, but y'all know me. I was like, y'all know me. I've been this same girl this whole time and there's just something so inauthentic about Steven, and someone like Emma needs to be protected at all costs, and not because of her scars, but just her personality overall. Mike is another person I want to protect at all costs. Like there's just something so, like I miss that innocence inside of the word Earth. I miss it. Like there's this wonderment, like this, like this wonder for love, and I don't like Steven. There's a red flag about him somewhere. We'll see later on. I have on here too. How come they didn't do anything to commemorate? Ooh, I hate that word up. How come they didn't do anything to commemorate that it's been 10 years for Love is Blind? I can say I was surprised, but I actually wasn't surprised. Like there was something weird about the fact that they didn't even try to at least do something like hey, in honor of the 10-year anniversary, I put down titanium goblet, but I'm just like, nah, they wouldn't do that. Speaking of the Lachey's, I don't want to reach, but something's off. Okay, something's off. Also, I wrote on here too, is just that, do they keep a credit card on file? Because I've seen several times where they'll order something, and I'm just like, how are you paying for that? Because I see them order full course meals, like let's eat this together, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I would be... See, this is why I'm not on the show because I would order a 4 or 5 star Michelin star meal for me, and then my partner would eat Burger King, and I'd be like, yeah, the fries taste good. Meanwhile, it's caviar. Yeah, that would be me though. Maybe that's why I'm not on the show because I was like, how you even know if the other person is eating it? And then like with them buying them gifts here and there and like bringing stuff from home, like I feel like we need somebody to sit down. I think I've seen it before here and there, but we need somebody to sit down and fully tell us all aspects. They need to explain all aspects of the show because I'm not buying that y'all have this money on hand. Okay, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that y'all have this money on hand. Like there's something so crazy about that. And another thing too is just that with releasing the episodes for us that are, we have lives. Can y'all slow down on watching it? It'll get released at 3:00 and by 7 a.m. I'm behind. Like, hey, I go to a job, okay? But don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire Hair. Elisa goes to the emergency room. And then we have our first couple. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to another episode of Claire Hair. Today we are discussing episode 2 because I have a different hairstyle. I'm not moving, guys. Anyways, but thank you guys so much for watching so many of my commentary. And I'm ready to come with the jokes. I'm ready to come with the jokes and the actual episodes. But so far we are discussing season 10, Love is Blind, Ohio. So far there's no drama, and that's not what I watched the show for. But don't forget to subscribe to my shorts channel. We are growing on there, 6-figure numbers already. Thank you guys so much for your support. So last time on Love is Blind, basically Alyssa, who's 38, I have their ages written down to see if they can have some sense. Basically, she went to go put an eye drop in her eye and did nail glue instead. And what I mean by have some sense, like, I'm sad it happened to her because I can only imagine, but I'm also kind of like, why did I make it seem like she was going to get kicked off the show? Like, the drama from the ending of the last episode was making it seem like, oh, and they just showed the hospital, and then, like, the next episode was nothing. I was like, this is just, how are you episode baiting? How are you episode baiting your own series? Like, I don't understand this show. Anyways, so basically Christine and Victor, they end up because they ended up falling in love, and he proposed in episode 1 very quick, and so they meet each other. I feel like they have a lot of chemistry. I don't look away sometimes. I was like, oh my goodness, hey, I only 34. Hold on. Anyways, so next it goes to Emma, and she's now talking to Connor. And Connor, pretty, like, she talks to Connor and Mike about her scars and her physical attributes, outside of saying that she is of Asian descent. And so Mike is just like, hey, I understand because I was born premature, so I can, because Emma was adopted at 3 years old. And Mike was like, oh, I can understand that, I was a premature baby, so I definitely understand what it feels like to not start off life, at 100%. Connor's like, he has a good response, but he's like, yeah, dang, that's wild. I don't like, I'm in the corner, I was like, I don't like Connor's response. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. It was, I don't like Connor's response. I don't know. I don't put it into word. I just don't like it. So Amber and Jordan, a new person has entered the polls. They're a new person, and basically Jordan was saying, Jordan who's 33 and Amber who's 33 or 32. They're about a year apart. But Jordan was just like, oh, are you a redhead? Like, he's basically trying to guess, which I'm just like, this is Love is Blind, not Love is Guess Who. Like, I don't know if they, like, this is season 10. At this point, if you come on the show and act like you don't know, you've been under a rock for the last 5 years. You're lying. Probably longer, because probably 7 years, I want to say, because they do about 2 seasons a year, one in spring, one in fall, like class, like semester, right? Basically they're asking like, what's your type or whatever, and Jordan's a little bit more of a huskier teddy bear type, and then Amber's like tiny. And so now we talk about Kavan. His name, I can't. So we talk about Kavan and Tyler are having a conversation. So basically, when Kavan was 18, his mom ended up almost getting delived, and she has an amputated foot. So he is more of a caretaker with her. So, anybody who he's dating would have to move there. Again, red flag. He's trying to tell you, like, hey, like, I don't know if you'd really be for me because I can't go anywhere. I'm my mom's caretaker. So that was also a red flag. But I feel like Tyler, like, she's really good at just like keeping the temperature and the energy high. I really like that. Yeah, like I really like the energy from her. About it. It felt like that. And then Kavan also talked with Kia, And I feel like, so it's essentially right now it's day 6, and I feel like there's more of a stronger connection with Kia. And I just feel like for Tyler's more like a go-getter. Like, she would have to marry her equal or it's gonna be a problem. Okay, like Kavan is not her equal. Kavan is also not Kia's equal. I don't know why he's on this show. low key, because I feel like he still has a lot of things that he's not really in a position to get, not even be married, like be in a relationship right now. Like, you need to figure out the situation with your mom because, mother-in-laws are already on some B crap. And so you're her primary caretaker. I don't think that's going to go over well. Okay. I don't think that's going to, I'm not a genius, but I'm going to think that that's not going to go over well if you come in. Like, I don't think that's gonna go over well if you come over and you're just like, hey, I don't think it's gonna go over well, in my opinion. You're her main caretaker. Your mom's only used to you. Like, I don't know how that's supposed to go, but yeah, Kia's speaking as well. Kia and Tyler are both adorable. Just cute. Just cute. I was like, oh my goodness. And so I just feel like there's just something more there with Kia, but I feel like Tyler's more aggressive, so who knows what happens later on, what that means. And then I have on here too, it's just that Jordan made some cookies for Amber, and they look so good. Like, they look so good. Now, mind you, I should have known because whenever even the South, like, Jordan always grubbing. All right, Jordan is always grubbing, and Amber brings more up about her daughter, and she's saying like, oh, are you ready to be a full-time stepdad? And me thinks not. Okay, like, I feel like even me, like, I love children, but to be a stepmother, like a stepmother, like, that's, to be a stepmom, like, that's a lot. There's something so, like, to be a stepmother, like, there's something so crazy about not meeting this kid. Like, you don't know if the kid gonna vibe with you, and then on top of that, they can either say, you're not my dad, you're not my mom, which is true, you are not. So it's like, you are indeed not their mom. So that was like, okay, whatever. But anyway, so Jordan ends up proposing, y'all, and so they're gonna meet up soon. And I just feel like with Amber, like, she really, in that way, sorry, I'm not supposed to be saying like anymore. In that way, Amber is very much, I like her spirit, but I wanna de-makeup her, like, in that way. I want to de-makeup Amber because me and Amber are the same age, and outside of stylings or whatever, there's just an overall, like, I feel like she's still stuck in that 26-year-old, like, when she first had her child. I feel like she's still stuck there because a lot of her outfits, I was like, oh, I was wearing that like 10 years ago. Like, she just needs to update her wardrobe because it's making her look older than she is. Like, I was aghast when I saw it was 33 years old. I was like, there's no way. And it's not even nothing against her. I just feel like she needs a couple of pointers on styling tips that I feel like you can still be older and still, you can still be classy and still whatever, but like a lot of her outfits, they're just dated, and I hate that it's aging her so bad. So there are a couple number 2. So we had 2 couples. We have Mike, we have Vic, and we have Christine. And so basically I have on here too, so Kavan and Tyler, they're actually both wearing pink. I didn't even notice that, the color symbolism there. So they were thinking on the same page. So they end up breaking up. So because of the fact that Tyler is well aware that Kia is the other person who's competing for the other spot, and I feel like that competition, that competitive side of her, because I was like, you don't get to C-suite without being competitive. You're not just like, excuse me, I like a seat at the table. You got to be fighting to get to that table. So her being aggressive and her saying, if you don't say blah, blah. So they end up breaking up, and she ends up leaving the show. And my thing is, and I'll go into my review in a little bit, but I think that's it. And then I believe Amber and Jordan met up this episode. I mean, to me, I feel like Amber just has, like, she's just one of those nonchalant people where I know she's present, but she always looks like she's somewhere else. So when she met him, she's like, yeah, he's great. He's a teddy bear. Yeah, you know, coming from, so I was just like, I didn't really that part I was a little that part was a little confusion on. I was like, do you like this man, or I was a little confused about it. I was like, do she like this man? But they meet up. It's super sweet. He's just such a teddy bear. And plus he know how to cook. Listen, you have a man who knows how to cook, you are blessed, because that's one less thing you don't gotta be stressed about. Okay, overall review. Elisa was a throwaway part of the episode. If you notice too, as I'm going through these episodes, if I'm missing anything, it's because it was irrelevant. Did not move the plot along at all. Okay, I think of Love is Blind as one big movie, and it's spread up across a couple of episodes, spread out apart. It's like one big movie. It is a waste of time. Okay. Also with Christine and Victor, I really like them together. It's just to me, there's something there. I can't quite put my finger on it. There's gonna be a problem. Just from the episode I watched, like I said, that trauma that Christine does not have checked, like there's going to be a problem. Something there. I was like, there's going to be a problem. I can't put my fingers on it, but there's going to be a problem. With Mike, I just feel like Emma and Mike just need to run off into the sunset. Like, I feel like Emma's trying to make it work. Emma's trying to make it work with Steven. And then, like, she's trying to make it work. And I'm just like, Connor, I just want her to move on to the, like, I really want her to just go off into the sunset with Mike. Like, Mike is it. The way I had a little notebook. Everything Mike was saying, I was like, check. Connor, I was like, ugh. And then Steven, I was like, why even bother? Why are you here? I have on here too with Amber and Jordan. I'm always, think about the children. I'm always scared about when people bring kids onto the show, because if you have a great connection with the partner, that's cool, but you need to also understand the kids are a big indicator of where this is gonna go, because the kid, like, I know it's gonna sound messed up, but if the kid was like 16, it's like, okay, I just gotta deal with this nonsense. Like, if the kid was 16, you could be like, okay, well, I just gotta deal with this nonsense, from this kid for the next 2 years, right? They'll at least go to college, all right? At least that, we don't know. But 7 years old, 10 years is a long time. 10 years is a long time to be miserable. It's a long time. So that's something to think about. And I just don't like the fact that people underestimate the effort and energy it takes for a child. There's a lot of things that you are mentally, I don't have any children, but just think of me as a person who has I have a lot of the hours, but I don't have my degree yet. Does that make any sense? So I've been around children, babysat in detail before, and I can tell you, this is not something you just go into. Like, it's not something, okay, well, yeah, I can't wait for us to have matching pictures and matching pajamas. I was like, that's the reward. Like, I would say when it comes to being a parent or parent adjacent, there's only 10% of it that is reward. The other 90% is hard work. It's hard work. It's completely hard work. Like, you're coming, you're going, and then once your kid gets to the older part, when they get older and they're able to be more selfish with their words, you're killing yourself. I can't say that word. You're breaking your neck at a job when your kid don't even care that you're doing it. That's it's all part of the process. But like, just imagine you worked a double and your kid who has your face on is like, hey, I hate you, by the way, and I'm hungry, thanks. So just imagine someone you did not make, and this person has that person's qualities. You don't know what you have to really think hard about this. You need to think really, really hard about it. So 7-year-old, especially with daughter, like, I'm always like, especially like when it comes to daughter, like the children, like both genders, but when it comes to daughter, like, daughters are very impressionable. So just be careful. And then with Kavan, me personally, Kavan needs to leave the show. Like, you need to work it out with your mom first and then try something else. And I also don't like the fact that, you know, the cursing, like, maybe that's just me, but a man cursing is so unattractive, especially when it's uncalled for. It's different if you're expressing it, like, we're gonna use a curse word. We're gonna use frog, right? Frog is gonna be the curse word. It's different when you're just like, oh, I stubbed my toe. Oh, frog. Compared to, good morning, frog. Man, that was a frog. Like, your words are so frog. Frog, frog this. Frog, frog that. You feel me? Like, that's when I'm just like, this is unattractive. I'm tired of hearing you speak because I don't know if I want you around our future kids and they're yours. But don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here. The producer walks Tyler out. Jordan is lackluster. Stay tuned as we discuss episode 3 of Love is Blind. All right, welcome back to another episode of Claire here. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. As I watch these episodes, I just realized that y'all need to come to Florida. Even if it's not Tampa, you don't gotta come to my town. Even if that you don't like that I'm in now. So even if it's not Tampa, do Miami, Orlando. Even if you want to do a town that no one cares about, Pensacola, just come to Tampa. Just please, because I'm just like every episode I'm watching, I'm like, this is not even good. Like I'm like, this is not. Anyways, don't forget to show some love to my shorts channel. Okay, Claire hair clips for my short attention span people. But let's go right into it. Amber and Jordan. So this is just feedback from Amber about Jordan. She said she's not impressed. He's not handsome. It wasn't an instant attraction. It was lackluster. Her reaction was kind of like, hey, and I know I spoke about the meeting last, but I want to speak more. I want to speak more about her response to it. My thing is, when it comes to choosing a partner, I'm not saying that you have to be, this person has to be fine, because me personally, like, I can do it cute. I can do it well put together, but I can't do no gremlin, all right? He is far from it. Jordan is very handsome. He's very much teddy bear. Like, he's very handsome. So now we introduced to Brittany and Devontae. Brittany already bought a wedding dress, and she was never engaged to at all. This is not crazy at all. That's normal. Okay. And then it also enlightens to Devontae, grandfather unfortunately passed during filming, and they told him, hey, they told him during, like, the producer pulled him to the side, which my thing is, I don't know. I was like, hope, like, I mean, I as you guys know, like none of my grandparents are with us. But if anything were to happen when it is that time for my parents, like, I don't know, like, I don't really know how you would keep me from leaving immediately. Like, it would be hey, I would be gone same day. They're like, hey, take my mic off and dip. Like, it wouldn't be, let me try to see, like, why would I still, and they're like, and then here's Devontae, is like, my grandpa would have wanted this. I was like, I can't judge, but it would have been enough for me. Anyway, so remember last time when Tyler said, I'm walking out, so the producer walks her out, which I'm just like, these producers just be hanging around, so you watching the show. Got it. So the producer walks her out, and so she was just like, hey, let's do a redo. So that's the episode title, is called Redo, so she can try to lock in with Kevin. And me personally, Tyler already gives me too much drama. I'm sorry. If you're going to walk out every single time you don't get your way, you're going to keep walking out. To me, if she would have said, hey, I'm done, she would have just left, and she would have stood 10 toes down on it. I would have respected that way more. But for her to just walk out and not saying, like, she said something to Kevin, like, hinted toward it, it gets very much hissy fit. Like, when one of my nieces or nephews, like, I don't want to give them a candy, like, I'm not your friend anymore. Like, it did not get maturity at all. But it's good to know the producers are right there, which tells me they're messy. Because one part of the producer, while she was talking, they were like, she's like, I'm running away. Here comes the producer. Isn't that what you've always done? You've always ran away? Like, these producers are messy. They're like, isn't that what you've always done? Anyways, so we have Jessica, who's 38, who's a divorcee, and we have Christopher, who's 32, and they're each other's number ones. And me personally, and he doesn't want any children, and Jessica definitely does not want any kids as well. She's made adamant about that. And my thing is, like, I thought this connection felt the most like in, I want to say unorthodox. That's not a word. Unorthodox. I can't speak. But this is one of the relationships where like I wasn't locked in at first because there's so many names and you guys won't keep them up there. But I definitely started locking in afterwards because it just feels like they're each other's, like I feel like they're gonna make good companions to each other. I feel like they're gonna make good companions to each other. The only thing about it is just that, not saying that women don't do it either, but whenever I see a older woman, younger man relationship and the man's not done playing, the relationship usually ends not well. So just make sure Chris is done playing and he's ready to be a husband, and they should be okay. But I don't know. I'm always weary about that because with like men value looks and youth. When, not saying she's old, we're only 4 years apart. Women, we value mature money. We value the Eminem maturity and money. Okay, maturity and money. Say that again. Write that down. That's what we value. So looks, you can't look like no hobgoblin. All right, can't like no hobgoblin, but it's not one of our top things. Okay, we'll deal with the millionaire who looks well put together before we deal with before we deal with a fine dude who's broke and is immature. So I'm hoping that's not the case. So Chris connects with Breezy, the one that said, "I'm Rihanna, but my friends call me Breezy." I was like, listen, they don't call you that. But he connects with her, and I actually like Breezy. She's very much a breath of fresh air. Like there's something about her spirit I really, really like. Like she just gives me, she's very genuine. And I know people will sit there and say, "Oh, I sense genuinity from her." There's something about her that I really, really like. Anyways, so we're going on to Ashley and Alex. I literally have on here, she's got great hair. Ashley's hair is conditioned and polished. Like, I don't have anything about Alex and Ashley. They're just aesthetically really pleasing. Like, thank you for adding to the gene pool. But I don't know anything about them. And I don't know if they have that set up that way, how it's edited. But I wish I got to know them better, because all I know is Alex is an ex-soccer player and Ashley is good looking with great hair. Like, I don't know anything else. They're not really telling us. Anyways, so Emma is really falling for Connor, Connor is also Bree's top. And so Emma's saying to Connor, "Hey, I don't really think about Mike at all like that. He's like my second, you're my first," which to me, they watch this back. So I don't know why they be saying that. Like, I'm not saying, I would say if I was on the show, which I would never be on the show, I'd be like, "Hey, I am interested in you. However, I feel like the connection is leaning more on this one, but we'll have to see as time goes on, how our conversations go." Okay, that was a very attorney answer. But when you say, "Oh yeah, you was my number one," like, they're gonna rewatch this back. Do we tell, like, our kids are gonna watch this? Like, what are you? Our kids are gonna watch this. What are you talking about? Anyway, so Connor is basically saying, like, so Emma and Connor start speaking, and Connor's like, "Oh, I don't got no type, cap." And so Connor is just like, "Hey, but the kid thing is that how hard are you stuck on that? You know where I'm coming from? How hard are you stuck on that, and how much of it would be a problem if we didn't have kids?" And Emma is kind of like, "Well, I don't really know, but I know, like, with my genetics, I don't want to pass that on to a child, and like I have my whole adoption identity issue." In conclusion, it means no. Okay, so Connor starts getting put off by that, which, like I said, once again, okay, whenever it behooves me, because I have several companions who fathers were not in their life and they were adamant about them being born. So I really hope that's not the case. Okay. So afterwards, Ashley and Alex, I have on here, still good looking. It gives more lust. They start talking more about more sensual things, and then Alex starts revealing, "Oh, well, with soccer players, we have you're saying they have like a stigma towards them, and I'm just like, there's a stigma towards Black women as well, and that doesn't mean I have to fulfill it. Okay, so I don't know what he's trying to say, but he says there's a stigma. Basically, he's trying to come up as an undercover playboy personality, which I don't like. Anyway, so Queez and Breezy cut their respective people loose. So now we have Breezy and Connor are one getter, and then Chris and Jess are one together. So me overall, I feel like with Love is Blind, with Amber and Jordan, especially Amber's response to Jordan. Jordan's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. This is Love is Blind. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's not supposed to be about the looks. They're always surprised when it's, I personally, in all honesty, y'all can get me for this, but I love the fact that we're starting to put the average American on Love is Blind, because like, what was up with, there was one season where it was just straight models. I was like, okay, all right, they're paid. All right, they're paid. But I love the fact that it's the average person. No offense, but the average person is not extremely good looking. They're not. They're not. Most of us fall between, like average looks, and then the personality, how you carry yourself, how you style yourself, it brings it up. There's been plenty of times where a guy has hollered at me and I'm just like, ooh, this is not particularly my type. But the way he carries himself, the way he's styled, and the confidence, because most people, I know, believe it or not, most people do not come up to me to try to ask me out because either one, I've been told you look expensive. Number two, they are correct. Number two, oh, you look like you look like you get this amount of you get this amount of attention. I ain't trying to add to that or blah blah. I've gotten so many weird comments, all right? So much projection, but like, you got the confidence, you got the style. Oh yeah, a dude could really get me like that. I have on here too, like with how Jordan looks like. Jordan is the average American male, except that he can cook. He was grabbing that food. Them cookies look good. I want one of them cookies from last episode. Give me one of them cookies, Jordan. But yeah, I don't want it to feel like Amber has to settle because, you know, she has a daughter and, you know, who wants to be a stepdad. Plenty of men. I promise you, if this man like you enough, he'll take you and your kid. Okay, he'll take you and your child, and be wearing matching pajamas with your child, and be wearing matching pajamas with them. Okay, stop playing. And then I have on here as well with Jessica and Chris. I like them together, but like I said, with him being 32, I know 32 is like older, but that's young in men age. Like 32 is young in men age. I mean, women, y'all seen Basketball Wives, women are immature as well, but 32 is young in men age if he has not been locked down this whole time. And Chris is very good looking, so I don't know. I don't know, fam. Just be careful. I have on here with the redo by Tyler. I was like, you just wanted attention. You wasn't going to go anywhere the first time. Because my thing is, if you're going to leave, stand on business. Because someone like Kavan needs somebody who's going to stand on business. And my thing too is just that something about the fact that, I don't know. I don't like it. Like, I don't like when I feel like someone who's purposely trying to have a moment on Love is Blind. If it just happens that way, yes. But when they're trying to purposely have a moment, no. I have on here too, like with Brittany and Devontae. Brittany buying her wedding dress before, like, this is why I said I don't believe, y'all see me on Spiritual Sundays, I do not believe in manifestation. I do not believe in doing, like, to me, what's for me is for me, because my dad got me. Number two, it's very important. Just because you buy something doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's like if I bought a license plate so I can get a car. Like, you need to actually understand that's a car. I can purchase a car. You can't make somebody propose to you. Because to me, I feel like you're trying to fill a role. You're trying to fill a role / void instead of actually trying to connect with a partner. And then you happen to want to get married and make it personal with this person. Chris and Jess, I really like them together. And then Breezy and Connor, I really like them together as well. I feel like Connor and Emma was never going to work out because he's really adamant about having kids. But I also feel like they wouldn't work out because Connor needs somebody to go toe for toe, and Breezy gonna do it. She's probably talking now. She's like me. I promise you, the moment they taught me how to talk, like 34 years ago, I've been unstoppable. I've been unstoppable. But he needs a Breezy. He needs someone like Breezy. Like, she's gonna go toe for toe for him. Like, Emma's more reserved, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love me a reserved person because they don't bother nobody. Okay. But she's more reserved, so I don't know how that would have worked. And plus, she's She is, to me, her and Mike are betrothed in my head. Like, that's your person. Stop trying to, I was like, that's like, Mike is your person. Stop trying to hide from your person. Stop it. But yeah, I really like them together. And then, I think that's it. Overall, this episode at least has some movement. These other episodes, they're dry. They're dry and they're boring. But don't forget to subscribe, share, see you there.
I feel like I'm losing my